It's like Tony Montana's house. Who lives here? I don't know. They said somebody. I don't know.
Just going.
I'm just going. What the hell? Hello?
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 Pizza delivery.
Pizza delivery?
Hey!
What are you doing?
What's going on?
Just walk in?
No, but they said...
What are you doing now? You delivering pizza?
Yes, I got a little show going. You don't mind, do you?
You know, of course. You bring pizza, I never mind.
Yeah, for you.
Yeah, come on.
My favorite character. Yeah, so we're doing a show, you know.
Okay.
I show up.
You deliver pizza now?
I deliver pizza.
Okay.
Yeah. Have you had it?
No, I've never had Prince Street.
This is the spicy spring.
Oh.
It's kind of heavy.
Yeah, it
but I
looks
mean,
spicy.
that's how they got
What's
famous.
that, the Sicilian?
It's like a Sicilian, but with pepperoni.
Okay.
And then the OG.
Okay.
But you know, and maybe you want to try. I don't know.
Yeah, definitely. Of course I want to try it. I'm Italian. I
Yeah,
want to
of
try
course.
pizza. Come
Yeah.
on.
How you been, all right?
I've been good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You're living out here in the middle of nowhere, right?
I know. It keeps me out of trouble.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
That's right. That's all that matters.
It keeps me out of trouble. It keeps me out of traffic.
Yeah.
That's
Ronnie, my man.
all right.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Met you at the reunion, right?
The anniversary, yeah.
The anniversary.
15th anniversary of Jersey Shore.
So funny, because my son was like even a bigger fan than I was of the show, but I was a fan too.
Thank you.
So, and you know, I always liked your character.
Thank you.
Resonated with me.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know why.
It
Just
must have been wild when you were younger.
a little bit, yeah. Probably not as wild as you. In fact, we saw you, I think, filming like the pilot one time on the boardwalk.
Okay.
We were actually in it in the background because we had a house down in Manahawkin Shores.
Okay,
Yeah, and we were like, what is this?
Yeah.
People like go, you know, we didn't know before it became a
Oh,
phenomenon.
yeah, of course, yeah.
Did you have any idea?
No, I mean, back then we would go to Seaside, and honestly, Seaside was kind of a shithole. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when we found out we were all going there, everyone was kind of like, do we really want to do this show anymore? Like we were all kind of like, is this really where we want to spend the month of our summer? Like, you know?
Right.
But when we got down there, and then after the first season aired, it just became something else. It was just a completely different crowd. You know, I remember season 3, we went back to, we went to go film, and I Want to Talk, there was probably 3,000 people sitting outside the house waiting for us to just come. And they would sit outside all day, Nick.
Right.
They would park their cars and they would sit on their trunks and they would pop their trunks and they have their coolers and they would just sit outside the front of the house just to get us walking out the house to go to the shore store. And you'd hear, ah, and that's all.
Yeah.
And then we'd go to work and come back and they start screaming again, and it was kind of like, it was like a sports event. People would just sit there and wait for us to come out.
Did you have any expectation or idea?
I thought it was going to be a one and done, to
Right.
be honest with you. I thought it was going to be like a Real World. You know how Real World, they cast you for one season
And then
they
boom.
move on to another cast.
Right.
That's what I thought it was going to be. And then it just became this phenomenon. You know, I thought, me and Vinny used to joke around like, buddy, like, who's even gonna pick this fucking stupid show up? Because we didn't have a network yet. We didn't even have a name. He's like, I don't know. He goes, we just filmed the show. He goes, we don't know what show, what channel we're gonna be on.
What was
we
it
don't even
called?
know the name. It was called Guido Beach.
Guido Beach?
Guido Beach, they were trying to name it.
You know, the funny thing was, I was pitching a show at the time, not to MTV, to VH1.
Okay.
About older Guidos.
Okay.
Guys that, you know, were older, that were once like that, but now that are older. And they were friends of mine. There was like my cousin Vinny, this guy Puccio.
Yeah.
And they liked the pitch. There was this other thing called Sunset Beach. I don't know what it was, but there were a few things floating around. This might have been one of them. But then they said to me, does everybody have to be old? So I was thinking, did these fucking people rob my shit? You know, when I saw the Jersey Shore, because I was thinking, maybe they robbed it. And they robbed my idea, because I was like, VH1 MTV, they're like cousins.
Yeah.
So I was like, how did I get off doing this shit? I had a great idea, but it was about older Guidos, you know? And I was like, well, these younger guys, you know? And then I was like, well, they're not even from the Jersey Shore.
Yeah.
All these guys were from all over the place, right?
Yeah.
But you were placed there.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people down there, I had a house, people used to be like,
During the summer, that's where you go.
yeah, that's where you go. You
yeah,
know, you had Point Pleasant. I was right in the middle. Manahawkin.
Belmar.
Belmar.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I didn't know Jersey. I knew Long Island.
Okay.
I went there by accident one summer.
You got stuck there?
No,
you got stuck going back?
I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it. I had just bought a house in L.A. and then I said to my wife, maybe because it was blue collar, I was never into the Hamptons. I used to go Hampton. I wasn't a Hampton guy.
I was never a Hamptons guy either.
Yeah, and then so we went one summer. I said, let's come back and let's buy a house here. Somehow, and she was like, yeah, let's do it. And we were going to buy this one house in Manahawkin. And then the house we were renting, we wound up buying, and not the house we were there to buy.
Yeah.
And it was like it had water on both sides. It was right by off 35.
Yes, yeah, of course.
You remember used to be?
Yeah.
Well, my house was right there.
Okay.
And I had a little like deck boat, called Papa's boat.
It's nice over there.
You had the bay, and then right across the street you had Brick Beach.
Yes, Brick. Yeah, I know where you're at.
Great
Brick.
beach.
Yeah,
Oh,
beautiful,
my God.
beautiful. I stayed in Brick before.
I lived there for about 17. I loved it. I wanted to live there, but my family was like, it wasn't a reality because it was a summer place.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I don't know. I was happy there.
Yeah, were you?
Yeah,
really?
I was.
Really? Were you?
Even though, I mean, people were nice to me at the time because maybe I was on TV.
Yeah.
My wife would be like, they're only nice because of you.
Yeah.
Because we were a little bit on the dark side.
Yeah.
They didn't want to sell us the house.
Yeah.
Some
Really?
realtor came, took the freaking sign down. I said, what are you doing? He goes, I said, this house is sold. He goes, no. I said, yes, it is. Because a woman died, and I found her son. The son said, it's your house.
Yeah.
You want the house, it's your house. I said, the guy's trying to put the sign up. Why, because I'm dark?
Yeah.
I was like, because they're pretty white down there.
Yeah. Now it's like...
us, us kind of Italians, we're ethnic Italians.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But anyway, we wound up buying a house. We had a lot of fun. The kids grew up. They had their summers. And then your show became a phenomenon.
Phenomenon.
Yeah. I mean, I was like, we couldn't believe it. It was
Yeah.
we come there for the summers. We go to the boardwalk. We see you on the boardwalk. Then we come home. We watch you from the boardwalk. Then we get our haircuts at some place that raises something.
Yeah, razor sharp.
Place to cut your hair.
Yeah.
I said, where are these guys? I want to meet them. I want to meet Ronnie or Vinny. You guys all pretty close? Or
Yeah,
what?
we're all close.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's like... 15 years, it brings you closer, and especially when you go through an experience that we went through together that nobody else can really relate to us, So we have this bond that, it's
only you guys know.
Only we know,
Right.
And it's like we're like a family. Like when you're with your brothers and sisters, and you're like, I get the fuck away from me. Like, I love you. That's exactly how we are. Like,
that's true.
But it's like we call each other on our shit. But it's like because we love each other.
Right.
We want to make sure that each other has the best for themselves. So we'll call each other on your shit. Like, hey, you're fucking up, Ronnie, like they used to do with me, Get your shit together. All right, you know what? You guys are saying it. That must really mean something because it's coming from you.
That's right.
So it's like, it's kind of like our word means a lot to each other.
Yeah, because when you spend years together, when you spend a lot of time together, you do become like a family.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you get to know each other intimately. Like when I was on a TV show, we got to know, and we spent it wasn't like 3 months in a movie and it's over.
Yeah.
You spent years together.
Yeah, you spend years together,
so, it's a different feeling.
And we've been through everything together, whether it was weddings, divorces, kids being born.
Yeah.
It's relationships, ups and downs, makeups, breakups. We've been through everything together. So it's like we're a family.
Right. It felt real.
Yeah. No, it is real.
It did feel real.
It's very real. Everyone's like, oh, is it scripted? It's not scripted.
Right.
Do they, after a couple years, do they give us like a list of things of like, here, this is the shit you can do today?
Right.
Yeah, obviously, but they're not, hey, say this, say that. They're just like, put them in the environment and let's see these animals go to work. You know what I mean? Like, let's put these mice in the cage and let's see what they can do.
That's true.
Yeah.
It is interesting. From the first run, how long was the first run?
5 years.
5 years?
5 years, yeah.
And then how many episodes did you do?
We only did, I think we were doing 13 episodes. We did 6 seasons. We probably did about 80, 90 episodes.
80, 90 episodes. And then you took a break?
We took a 4-year break, yeah.
4 years?
4-year break, yeah.
And then whose idea was it to come back?
Sally Ann.
Sally Ann?
Yeah, Sally Ann.
Because there was, the show was so popular, right?
It was still so popular, yeah. No,
right. And then what was it like coming back? So the good thing about all of us is that when we took that break, we all stayed very close.
You know, we didn't just say, hey, the show's over and we just went our separate ways. I stayed friends with Jenny. I became friends with her husband that she was married to. Me and Sam were dating, obviously. I stayed friends with Vinny. I stayed friends with Nicole. So we all stayed really, really close friends who got married, who got engaged. We went to the parties, whose kid was being born. We went to their birthdays. So once the show ended the first time, it wasn't like we just never talked to each other again. It's like we actually got closer because that's when we really became involved in each other's real lives, not just a television show.
So is that why she thought it would be great for it to come back together? Or,
Yes.
Or
She just knew that when they ended it the first time, it wasn't going to be the end of it. She knew that it ended short.
Right.
And, you know, she said it. She's like, when we ended it the first time, she's like, I still think I could have got 3 more out of you guys. She goes, but you know, and she always made that joke. And then obviously, years later, she comes back and we're.
And now, how many years is the what's it called? Family Vacation.
Family Vacation, 8 years now.
8 years.
8 years.
So that's like longer than the original.
Yeah, original. We're almost on 220 episodes now.
And so I haven't watched that too much. So you guys go on vacation now every year?
We go different places. Yeah, we go on vacation. We go to Jersey. It really depends on.
Where do you go?
Where
have you been?
I mean, we've gone everywhere. We've gone to New Orleans, El Paso, Vegas. We've been to obviously Jersey.
You spend the whole season there?
No, we just go for a couple days now.
Oh.
Now we do like little trips.
Little
4 days trips. Nashville.
And so where's the main house? Is it still the shore?
We don't have a main house anymore.
Oh, there's no more main house.
There's no more main house. Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
So it's just trips.
Yeah, exactly. Trips, and then we meet up and we do lunches and stuff like that in Jersey.
In Jersey?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you still have ties in Jersey?
Yeah, because all so there's 9 of us, 7 of us live in Jersey.
Right.
So
Is it down the shore?
Yeah, they all live down the shore, like Manalapan, that area.
Yeah, that area.
Yeah.
It's funny because like I always felt like with Mike the situation, you liked him, but you never trusted him like on certain levels.
I could say back in the day, yes, Mike was not a very trustworthy person.
Right.
But I can say that with all his ups and downs and all his hardships and all the stuff that he had to go through, prison, taxes, it really has humbled him in life.
Right.
And I can honestly say that with all my struggles that I've been through, he's actually a person that I can turn to help me get through all the things that my addiction, my depression, my mental health, because that's something that he suffered as well.
Right.
And you know, he's been through the worst. You know, so I can honestly say that till this day right now, we are like really best friends.
Yeah.
He really turned out
good.
to be a genuinely good guy, and you can actually look at him and use him as an example and say when people are using and they're in their addiction, they're not who they are.
Right.
Because when he was in his addiction and he was using, he wasn't the person that he is today. Because the person who he is today is a businessman, a family man, a great friend, and he was none of those things in the past.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, because when you're not yourself when you're hiding behind all kinds of things
Yes,
and drugs
absolutely.
and I got to meet the guy and he seems like a sweet guy.
Yeah, he is. He really is.
He's
a
not
sweet
like
guy.
malicious.
No,
But he had a lot of bullshit. He had a lot of
exactly, and he's playing a role.
Yeah, and he's playing a role.
You know, the situation had to be
Yeah.
6-pack and this douche guy. You know, so he was playing the role.
My cousin who was an original Guido.
Yeah.
He says, that was around years ago. He goes, my cousin Vinny, he's like a real old G guy, and I was like, situation. I use that. I was like, Vinny, I know I wanted to do a show about you guys. But Ronnie, you always, it seemed like, you tolerated him, but then, sometimes you wanted to like smash him.
I mean, it finally came to head in Italy when we finally had that big blowout, because it was just pent up.
I know.
Anger of years and years and years.
I used to be worried. I was like, man, I hope Ronnie don't hurt him.
Yeah, no, it was...
Because you had that like edge about like,
there's
some guys that just, you shouldn't fuck with that guy. You came across that way. I have a few friends that way. It wasn't me. I'm not a fucking fighter. I'm a lot of things. I'm emotional and stuff. But you rang like, the other guys were a little more like,
laid back.
Vinny, and your moves were great. Your club moves.
My dancing, my crazy legs.
Yeah,
crazy legs.
Was that crazy legs?
Crazy legs, they were called.
Oh, you had the thing down. I was a freestylist, but I'm like old school. I'm like Fred Astaire, but I like your moves too.
Thank you, man.
Your moves were always good. You used to get going.
Yeah,
can you still do it?
I can't move like that no more.
No, that's it.
I'll be in a wheelchair and a walker for like at least 3 weeks. My knees don't move like that anymore.
What was the club? Karma?
Karma, Bamboo. Yeah, it was.
He actually DJ'd at Club Karma, my
Really?
son.
I DJ'd like a team night there a couple
Yeah.
times.
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
This is out of
It
control.
was probably crazy, right? It was probably crazy,
Bro,
yeah.
I like never saw that
Yeah.
before. I was like, this is out of control. Holy shit.
Yeah, no, it was crazy back then. It was.
Yeah, but you know, that show, the original show, there's something like, there's actually something brilliant about it.
It was something. It was magical.
Yeah.
Even Sally Ann said it. She goes, "You guys are great by yourselves." She goes, "You're all great." She goes, "But when you guys come together, she's like, it's like something that's never been done before."
Yeah.
She's like, "You guys just bring something that just like no one has it." She's like, it's magic.
Yeah, it's like perfect. Like they found. It took me a while. Sometimes on the first watch, you don't always see something, and then on the second, third, you go, you know what? Whoever concocted this.
Yeah.
It just happened. The magic happened. You know what I mean? And then that's why it was kind of epic.
Yeah.
You know?
It was very natural for us. You know, like when we bring people on, like say when we bring like guests on, like our girlfriends or family members, they're all like, they don't know how to act in front of the camera. They're like, do I look at the camera?
Right.
Do I not look at the camera? What do I say? Like, you know, and it's like for us, it was just like, we were so normal off the bat that it was just like, it was just like normal for us. And even the producers were like, you guys have never done this before? And we're like, no, never been unless you take a picture like this.
I know.
Like that's what
it didn't seem that way.
Yeah, and it just
seemed
so
like
natural.
wherever they plucked you guys out of.
Yeah.
And it's because, you know, you put a camera on people. I'm an actor.
Yeah.
I know. I've given parts to friends, this, that. They freeze or this or that.
Yeah.
And it's acting. It's a little different.
Of course.
But the camera is intimidating. A lot of times you don't want to look in the lens or, you know, you're aware of it. So to kind of like feel like block that out is not easy.
No, it's not easy, yeah.
So how old were you when you got on Jersey?
I was 23.
23.
23 years
And
old.
what were you doing?
I was a real estate broker. So I was a real estate broker in New York.
You had your license?
Yep, I had my license. I got my real estate broker license at 19. Became
19.
a real estate agent at 18, and then I got my broker's license at 19.
So that's pretty good.
Yeah, I was working for a family business. So my grandfather opened the business, my dad worked there, and I worked there. So it was a 3-generation.
And this was in the Bronx?
Yeah, in the Bronx. Still open till this day. Yeah, so I was doing that. And then I remember the market crashed. It was like 2009.
Yeah.
The market went to shit.
That's right.
And I was like, you know what? Why don't I go get a city job? Because you know in New York, the city jobs, they pay pretty well. You got a good pension, you know, security. You know, so I was like kind of in that mind state, you know, let me go be a firefighter. And then I remember the same day as the firefighter test was the same day that they wanted to come get me for Jersey Shore.
How did you find out about that?
Jersey Shore?
Yeah.
I would just go there on the weekends. Like, you know, work 5 days a week at the real estate. Friday night, my ass was in a car, driving down to Belmar, partying for the weekend. And then on Sunday, I'd come home. We'd do it all over again for all summer. And
But when you say you go to Jersey Shore, what were you going to the shore for?
we had rent a house, like, and then Belmar.
Oh, you were just like...
We would just go for the weekends. Get
just to have fun.
Have fun, hit on
But
girls.
I mean, how did you find out about this show?
Oh, the show? Yeah, so I would go to the shore, and then I was out one night, and I was just talking to some girls, like hitting on her, you know, doing what you do at the shore when you're that age. And some girls like taps me on the shoulder, and she's like, you know, can I get your name and number? She's like, you look like the criteria for a TV show that we're gonna shoot. And I go,
some girl just tapped you?
Some girl just looked at me, and I said, what, I look like a douchebag? And she started laughing, and she was like, that's funny. And she's like, let me get your information. And I was like, yeah, sure, take my information. The next day she calls me, she's like, I'm in Long Island, your neck of the woods. She's like, you wanna come do a video interview for me? And I was like, you know what? The real estate business was slow. I said, I got an opening today. I said, let me go out there, let me go. So I go with my buddy, we take a ride to Long Island, it's bumfuck Long Island. Like,
where?
I can't even remember. Was it?
She worked for Sally Ann?
No, she was working for the casting company first.
Casting company.
So I pull up to this house in Nick, right? There's this house with fucking plywood on the windows, and there's the shit's coming off the wall, and I'm like, I look at my buddy, I go, if I'm not in 30 minutes, call the cops. So I go to get out the car, and I see some kid walking out with fucking douchebag, rhinestone shirt on, flare pants, had a blowout. I was like, I'm in the right place. I'll be all right. I'll be out in 10 minutes. So I go in, I do the video interview, and I remember till this day, it was the day that Michael Jackson's funeral, because I was watching the video interview, and she was like, the lady, I remember the girl's like, all right, now take your shirt off. And I was like, whoa. I was like,
take your shirt off?
Yeah, I was like, wait, whoa. I was like, where is this going? I was like, what kind of audition is this? And she's like, no, just take your shirt off and be funny. And I was like, all right. So I took my shirt off and I'm like, I'm the best Guido, this and that. And then next thing you know, I'm in the gym, and a week later, they're like, your first interview went great. They're like, let's fly you out to California. And I'm like, you know what? I've never been. I was young. I was like, yeah, I'll take a trip to California. Why not? Little do I know, I get there. As soon as I land, they're like, give me your cell phone, give me your wallet. And I go,
wow.
what? They're like, yeah, cell phone and wallet.
What was the company? What was the casting?
495. It became
was.
495.
Oh, okay.
So after you got casted, they brought you to the production crew. And that's when I met Sally Ann and all that.
Where, in LA?
In LA, yeah. So they locked us in a room basically with no cell phone and no wallet, and they were like, here's a contract.
Other people?
Yeah, but by ourselves in separate rooms.
By yourself?
Yeah. So I was in a room for 3 days.
So you were just interviewed once, and they filmed
Twice,
you. Take
yeah.
your shirt off.
Yeah.
Do some
basically.
Guido stuff.
Do some Guido stuff, yeah.
They thought you had the right
look and
right look.
Yeah,
And
I
then
guess
in LA, what did you have to do? Anything?
Interview
more?
That's when I met Sally Ann. She actually did my interview.
What'd she ask you?
Oh, she was just asking me the weirdest
All kinds of
things.
stuff?
Yeah, like, when do you go down there? That's when I started saying the craziest shit. She's like, I just want you to say the wildest, the craziest shit that comes to your mind. And I was like, all right, you're asked for it. I was like, be careful what you wish for. I was like, here it comes. And she was just like, and that's when she fell in love with me. She was like, I love this guy. And then like a week after that, I remember it was probably the week before.
You didn't have an agent?
No.
You were representing yourself?
I didn't know what an agent was, man.
Right.
I didn't know what that. I was just going for interviews, you know.
Did the agents come crawling and approach you?
After, yeah.
After the show?
Yeah, after the show, yeah.
They want to sign you?
Yeah, absolutely.
After what, the first season?
After the first or second season, that's when.
Did you sign with anybody?
The second season, yeah.
You did?
Yeah. Didn't work out well, but yeah. You know how it goes in the beginning.
Was it a big one or smaller?
No, it was a small agency. Yeah, it was a small. Like I had a manager.
Right.
Yeah.
That's wild,
Yeah,
man.
and then it just became. We filmed for a month, and we didn't know what it was going to become. Like I said, we didn't have a network. We didn't have anything.
You never met any of those people before,
Never met
right?
any of them in my life. And honestly, we all say till this day, if we never did the show, we probably would have never been friends. Because half of them back then, it's like if I would have met them out in public, I wouldn't have been like, I don't think I can talk to this guy.
No,
like,
but it was meant to be.
Exactly.
You know, it's just like, it's like you think about little things in your life. Like if I didn't do this, if I didn't get on this flight, I wouldn't have met my wife. I almost missed the plane.
Yeah.
If I wasn't on that show, I almost
be a
didn't get an
fucking
audition.
firefighter.
I still would have been a doorman.
Yeah, exactly.
I was
yeah.
thinking about it the other day. I was like, I
Yeah.
almost didn't get that audition.
Yeah.
For this TV show that I got on, and
I almost shut my phone off
Yeah.
on them when they were supposed. I had the firefighters test,
Yeah.
and I had the option to go do Jersey Shore, and I woke up that morning and I was like,
But something told you
to do the show,
to go do that test.
Something in my head was just
know.
like, fuck this. The test will be there forever.
Right.
That's what my mindset was. You know what? You can go in 2 more years and take the test.
I agree. I understand because I remember I took the test for the post office.
Yeah.
I was still a doorman.
Yeah.
And then my brother goes. I went in one day. He goes, "Don't take that job because if you do, forget about all your dreams.
Yeah.
You're in the city. You're still a doorman." He goes, "You do that, you're dead."
Yeah.
And I went for the orientation. I looked at everybody. I said, "I don't belong here."
Yeah.
Not that I'm better than anybody. I
Yeah,
said,
yeah,
"I just
it's
don't
just
belong
not
here."
me, yeah.
And I
Yeah.
said, "I'll just stay a doorman because at least I'm in the city. I'm in the thick of things.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Where the action's going." So like, if you had, done the firefighter thing, you never would have been here. You never would have arrived.
Exactly.
So yeah, it's very interesting to me, like where all these people came from, the origin of them.
Yeah.
Everybody's got a different history.
Yeah, everybody.
Yours
Yeah.
is different from Vinny.
Yeah.
And the situation, how they were discovered. Did you ever guys talk about it? Like, was it all similar? Or
So
what were they doing? Were you guys all like 19, 20?
We're all in our 20s.
20s.
The oldest
You
one
were
was
23,
Paulie.
right?
23. Oldest one was Paul. He was 29.
29?
Yeah. Looks the youngest though, right? It's
Yeah.
fucked up.
Did they pluck him out of Rhode Island?
Yeah. So him and Mike were the first original 2 because it was going to be called Guido Beach, and obviously
Guido
they
Beach.
were like the
I'm
Guidos
telling
of
you,
the
I
Guidos.
fucking heard about Guido Beach.
So I'm telling
there
you,
was a
might have
couple
been-
of shows
yeah.
being
pitched at the
pitched,
time.
and
yeah.
Guido Beach was one of them.
Yeah, that was
And
the
so
name of
it
the
was
show.
2 guys?
Yeah, it was supposed to be a dating show originally.
A dating
so it
show?
was going to be our dating show.
And then that concept changed.
Yeah, and then the concept changed into like the real world concept, and then next thing you know.
Who changed that? Sally Ann?
Sally Ann, yeah. Yeah.
But she just told me that she let you guys just go.
She just let us go. I'm telling you, she turned wake us up in the morning. Hey, time to get up and put the cameras on us, and
But
we
it
just
was
went.
like it wasn't like really scenarioed out, beat it
No,
out, storied
no,
out.
no,
She wouldn't
no.
say I want this, I want that.
They wouldn't even talk to us. They would get mad at us when we'd acknowledge them. You'd
Really?
be like, hey, we're hungry. Okay, keep working and say it into the camera and you'll get your food.
And the cameras just rolled, huh?
We had everything. It was 24/7. We had the pellicos in the ceiling.
Yeah.
So it was constantly 24/7. We had no cell phones, no television, no computers. So all we had was each
Interact-
other.
each other.
That's why we.
That's good.
Yeah. You know, that's
That's
why.
how you get real interaction.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why
Yeah.
there was so much interaction between us because we were each other's entertainment.
Yeah.
You know, so it was like, all right, what do you want to do tonight? Let's make fun of each other because we got nothing else to do. You know, so.
When you think back, like what was the? It must have been very exciting. I mean, like the beginning, the first year or two.
It was.
You probably didn't know when you were doing it.
No.
But when you think back on it, like
It was.
how exciting was
it was
that?
crazy.
And then when you see how the world.
The way the world reacted, it was crazy because the show aired the day before my 24th birthday.
Yeah.
And I remember I went out for my 24th birthday and I went to Manhattan. And I remember I was still with Sam at the time and we went out together. And I'm like, we're in the bar.
Yeah.
And I'm like, is everybody fucking looking at us or am I like going crazy? I'm like, am I that drunk right now? And she's like, no. She's like, everybody's like looking at us, like staring, and you hear people. So I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Yeah. And then all of a sudden somebody comes up and they're like, you guys were on that show last night that came out on MTV.
Right.
And we were like, yeah, that's us. Nick, next thing you know, first time I ever had to take 100 photos. Next thing you know, took one photo, 2 photos.
Yeah.
The bar had to send out security because they had to. It was
Right.
like
Power of television.
Yes.
I mean, you're famous forever.
Yeah.
When you're on a hit show.
Yeah.
A hit thing, because
Yeah.
you're in their living room, like my kids, whatever. Like they fucking intimately feel like we know you.
Yeah. No.
It's not like the movies. The movies like kind of like people are far away. TV is a different feeling.
Yeah.
Right?
And then people grew up with us.
That's right.
They grew up with us. It's
I
been
did like
16
you and
years.
Sam together. But.
Thank you. We're better off as friends.
I know. You're better off as friends. I know. For some reason, I just liked you guys together. Or maybe because it was,
the dynamic.
the
of
dynamic
the show.
of the show,
Yeah.
and it seemed real. It didn't seem
Yeah.
put on.
Yeah, yeah.
But I get it. You weren't a good mix. But I know about television history. I was a big part of a
Yes.
iconic TV show. You were, so we had that in common.
Yeah.
And it's just we can relate to each other on different levels.
Absolutely.
Even though because when you've been in the public eye, you understand what it's like, and when you're not,
You don't really
there's,
get it
there's
too much.
ups and downs, and it's not always what it's cracked up to be, but
It's a lot of sacrifice.
Yeah.
And people don't understand that.
and you're still my favorite.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you.
enjoy the pizza. It's good
Thank
on the
you.
reheat.
Thank you. Yes.
If you ever need me to show up on family vacation,
Oh yeah,
I would love to show up.
Let's do it again. For sure.
that would be fun. I'll tell Sally Ann.
Yeah. Reach out to Sally.
Yeah, it's funny because sometimes life, it's like why I'm sitting here with you, and I always liked you.
Yeah.
It's like I like the other guys too.
Yeah.
But sometimes you just have a soft spot for somebody.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Anyway.
Thank you. Nick,
Hey.
it was a pleasure.
Good guy.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Thank you for the pizza.
All right.
Real Italian, never comes empty-handed. I like that. See?
Ronnie, man, that's my guy.